Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. Well. It's going to be an interesting one. I thought I'd do this at this time of the morning because obviously, it's fairly late in the States. Amogo, Ozzy, Eric, Nina, Santa, Trissa, welcome. All right, let's get a couple of things debunked here. Okay. Yeah, let's debunk a couple of things. Hang on a minute, 1 second. Okay, right. First things first. Let's talk about the property, shall we? Let's talk about this apparent... Oh, how can I put it? Let me show you something. Now, here's the thing. When you got someone making a statement saying that they, that they've been watching the property for so long, and we know that, we're all fully aware, that lies have been spoken, that untruths have been said. So, that I like to dig. I like to get my information. And I like to fact find. Now, apparently, Lynett Preston and John Cook were basically interested in the property in Otter Creek in 2018. Well, interesting. So why is it that the property didn't go active on the market until February 4th, 2021 for $35,000? And then in September the 8th, 2021. Okay. Yeah. And then on December the 7th, it was bought and it was paid for $22,500. Okay. So that's the first point. So that's the first debunk. 2018, absolutely bollocks. Okay. So let's just make sure that that's factual. So that's debunked. Now, this is in December. Okay. So as you've seen, the property was bought and sold on December the 7th. Okay. So we all know that. Now, if anyone in the normal... hi, Chris. How you doing? If anyone with any normal common sense... Oh, there's a lot to cover tonight. If anyone with enough common sense and anyone who's willing to... how can I put this? Who is willing to spend that little bit of time instead of flapping their gums and talking crap. Yeah. Yeah, Nina, we'll come to that in a bit. Right. Now, here's the thing. They bought that property on December the 7th. Okay. And obviously, it went on the market. It went on the market in February. The offer was put in around the September. Let's just, for argument's sake, let's say, look, September, February, it went on the market. September, they put in a bid, and then obviously in December, right, it was sold to them. Okay. Now, stay with me on this one, guys. Stay with me. But here's the problem: if they're saying they've been watching that property for 2 years or 3 years prior to that, then explain to me why, it wasn't for sale until it was made active. The second thing is, we already know that they followed the Hales down there, because the thing is, here's the thing. Jeremy Hales took legal possession of that property of his 70 acres on January the 12th of 2021, or the 13th of January 2001. And there's actually video footage of said taking possession of that property. Okay? That's in January the 13th, 2021. I've done my research. I've gone down to the day. Okay, now, on January the 16th, okay, there was arson. Someone committed a crime, arson crime. Jeremy, okay, not just only offered $1,000 for any information on the person who committed the arson, but they also, both of them, discussed the Rosewood massacre. Okay? And I want you to, if you get a chance, I want you to go and watch that video. All right? And I want you to listen to how they are. They look very healthy. They look very happy. You know, they're very joyous. And the thing is, they are as genuine as you come. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, it is your host, Spawn Trooper. And here we go with the adventures. Right, so we're going to watch the adventures. Nina, slow down. Slow down. Right, we're not going to get derailed on anything else. Just slow down. Trust me. Trust me on this one. Just slow down. Let me speak. Let me finish. And trust me. You're going to like this one. Now, here's the thing. The problem you've got, okay, is that the property, they bought the property way before they did, all right? So you can see a connection. You can see a connection, because if they bought that property and they already closed it on the 13th, that means they were already, that property was already on the market for a while, and they saw it and they bought it. So it takes a while for you to finalize payment and everything else, all right? So we've already debunked the fact that they're talking out their ass. There's nothing about, and here comes the thing. Nina, you just hit the nail on the head. You stated 2018. Well, the fact of the matter is, the baby wasn't born in 2018. Yeah. The property wasn't on the market in 2018. Here, and what you need to now do, you now need to put all this together, what I'm about to say. All right. She's used 4 different fair names since 2013 in 4 different places in Florida. Okay. She then, lives in Northport. All right. And says that she'd been looking for this at this property. Well, no, I don't think so. The fact that they put the sale in it was the fact that after they sold their property up in Northport, that's why they lived somewhere else. Now, here's the thing. John Cook has been registered in Otter Creek since 2003. She's been registered there since 2013. So that means they knew people in that village, in that town already. Okay? Which no one, who cares? But that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is that we're talking about this apparent anti-Semitic comments. So we're going to come to that. And that's my whole point. I'm just using this as an example. So on January 16th, 2021, which is 4 years ago, right, you watched a video from Jeremy Hales and from George, right? Yeah, I mean, the best couple you'll ever see. And this is before, and they already went to town meetings and they already realized there was issues, right? If you watch those videos, if you watch them and listen to the videos, you'll actually see. Because the thing is, the arson was done against Sim. Just watch them. right? And this was around the same time that Robbie was in the scene, yeah, Swamp Lizard, right? Carrying on, and they mentioned about the Rosewood massacre because that's where it happened, and they had their opinion. They also went to the first town hall meeting, and they already noticed some issues there. Okay. All right. I'll tell you one thing. Anyone deliberately tries to derail me on this, I'm not going to be happy because I'm getting a bit sick and tired of the bullshittery that all these people are fucking spreading out there. All right. And I'm taking this serious because people are accusing people of racial discrimination, and that's wrong. And the people should have seen this coming. I've seen it coming for months. January the 18th. Again, town hall meeting. January the 19th, 2021. Jeremy buys the John Deere tractor. That's how much I have found in 20 minutes because I did the research. Because there's a lot of people out there. Now, here's something I want you to listen to. And before, right, so here we go. Okay, well, before we dive into this complete FUBAR of a topic, let's get a few things clear. So here we go. All right. From the beginning, Decue Froskin, BBB, and Bubbles was not even on the radar. The same with the Krampons and the Swamp Lizard. However, Jabba De Hoot, aka Supa Dave, was, but only for a short period. Now, Bruce was nowhere near this case until he was trying to get noticed for his mac and cheese case. He's been trying to get noticed about that for a long, long time. What's going on? Lisa loves running her mouth like others. I love to say loose lips sink ships. See, I just know I'm going to flub up. It's my nature. 100% wrong. Jeremy didn't even give him the names. Nina, what you're talking about? You need a little bit more exact. What you're saying? 100% wrong. What's wrong? What's wrong, Nina? Who's wrong? Before I carry on, because this is another thing that people need to understand. If you're going to write cryptic sentences where you don't explain things, this is what can happen. People misconstrue or misinterpret what is being said. So, Nina, do me a favor, sweetheart. Please explain what you mean with 100% wrong. Well, wait, because this needs to be cleared up before I carry on. No, Jeremy, no. No, wait. There'll be a silent stream. Oh, right. Well, see now, if you'd have said that, because like that last sentence made no. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Just. Yeah. Right. Okay, so where was I? Short period. Bruce was nowhere. Case which is currently under investigation. And by the way, trying until he was trying to get notice for the mac and cheese case. Now he's been trying to get PR for that. He's already admitted that he wants PR, and he's tried everything and everything. He's wrote articles in different news articles, and the guy's an absolute pleb. Anyway. Which is he is also currently under investigation by the Disciplinary Bar, the Connecticut Disciplinary Bar, and has been for over 2 years. Fact: this case all started because Lynett Preston refused to accept and follow a cease and desist order. We all know that. After that, it all went downhill, and here we are today. However, there are some facts that people should remember. Okay, first of all, Bruce P. Matzkin has not only broken every ABA model rule, but also has attacked and insulted people both publicly and personally on platforms like Facebook, YouTube, although he has never used his own YouTube channel for this. Don't you find that strange? Don't you find that interesting? It's okay, Nina. Love you. Right? Because here's the thing about Decue Froskin. Yeah. He likes to flap his gums. He likes to attack people, and then he likes to play the thing is, one thing he made a mistake is that he already tried to play the race card on someone quite a few months ago. And basically he then got ripped apart for trying to use that. Now we all know that he will try any tactic and every tactic, right, to make people look bad. And a lot of people scare away from when it comes to, pronouns, when it comes to gender and, religion, politics and stuff like that. And and it's obvious that people will scare away from that. They'll back off because they don't want to be ridiculed as a bigot or as a racist or whatever you want to call these people. Now, let me just finish this off. All right. He never used his own YouTube. He's always been on other people's. And when he does make comments, the fact that he has sat on platforms and he's complained and whined, the fact that another lawyer who at the time was representing Lynett Preston didn't want to hand over any of the paperwork due to, well, would you blame him? I mean, when he's owed $16,000 for legal fees? Yeah. And the thing is, he wasn't even her lawyer. So therefore, right, I allegedly suspect that he, by the sounds of it and his admission on YouTube and on platforms, that he solicited Lynett's case. And then it all went tits up from there. Fact: Bruce P. Matzkin has used others to indirectly harass and cause disruption, using frivolous reasons to cause mental anguish against others. For example, what the hell's on other people you've tried to help? Lloyde, for example. When Lloyde needed help, okay, people came to the aid and helped him remove his property from said property. Okay, and basically every single one of them was tarnished with the same paintbrush. Okay, because they were associated or they knew Jeremy Hells. Okay, start looking at the bigger picture, people. Step out of the box and look at the bigger picture. Right? All this time, Deuce Boy, what he's been doing, he's been trying, right, to push and blame and accuse, but at the same time breaking every single freaking ABA rule you can think of. During this time, he was asked multiple questions. And the first question was, do you know or do you have knowledge of anyone who has access to a GoFundMe that was created by Lynett Preston? Deflection, everything. Until he sat on a platform, because I was going at him so much that I got under his skin and he reacted emotionally. This is why I say to you guys, if you come in here and you go emotional, you're gone, because emotion causes reactions. And he was on that platform with the Krampons, and he admitted, I told her to close it down. So he had knowledge that she was in control of that GoFundMe, not Landon Preston. Regardless if he called Landon Preston up, which he didn't. Landon Preston didn't call him because the conversation they had was on Skype. Right? You need to pay attention to all this. Now, at the time, Deuce Boy, aka Bubbles, aka Bruce, aka Bruce Foreskin, Deuce Foreskin. All right, let me. We're going to come to that. We're going to come to that one comment, that one thing, Deuce Foreskin. We're going to come to that, right, in a bit. Don't you worry about that. Don't you fret. We're going to cover that bit. Now, so he is making posts on Facebook, and everyone has seen these posts about him ranting and raving and attacking people, calling people names, treating, talking to women with disrespect and discontent, and just being an absolute arsehole. Now, this is apparently a professional lawyer. Remember that, right? So he comes on the scene, right? And within him coming on the scene, within a month or 6 weeks, he's created 2 frivolous lawsuits: the thumbnail case and what he called the invasion. And obviously that someone else came under the radar, and that was Sean Martin, who did the Ohio court thing, pro bono, and then you got Scott Stark. Now, we did a little bit of research on Scott Stark, considering that his whole Facebook page was full of his own clients was asking for refunds and basically pointing out how unprofessional he is. Well, that confirms everything what happened on his deposition. I rest my case. Okay, now, I'm not a type of person to go out there. I'm not a vengeful person. I'm not a hateful person. I say it as it is. And I try to help people understand this is what you need to do to see this. Okay, now I just sat 10, 20 minutes. I went on to What the Hells, and I went to the first videos. Okay, and it shows when they took legal possession of the property and everything else. So that already debunks what Lynett is saying about 2018 and everything. That already blows that out of the water, right? The second thing about Deuce Boy has solicited. He's an ambulance chaser, and I confronted him on multiple times. All you have to do is go on Facebook and look at my posts. Go and read my posts. Yes, they're long, but they are factual. They're truthful and factual. Right? I even caught him out lying about he didn't call me an imbecile because he deleted that comment. But what he didn't realize is that I took a screenshot and then I posted that screenshot. He then soon shut up. Okay? I've been a thorn in his ass from day one because I've seen his dishonesty. I've seen his unprofessionalism, his unethical behavior. Right? And other people want to jump on this bandwagon and say, oh, yeah, he was this and he was that. No. Because what you're doing, you're copying whatever people have found, whatever people are saying, but you're not actually looking for the research. Now, I've done the research on David Helm, MLS, Bruce Matzkin, Richard Luthman, Sean Scott, Lynett Preston, John Cook, Sean Mine, just to name a few. Robbie, Supa Dave, Biscuit Boy, just a few. And I'll tell you one thing, there's multiple other people that I've done research on. Now, here, I'm going to read something out. So, here's the thing. You'd think that any professional lawyer would not discuss the multiple people have discussed this topic in so many different ways. People are going to get confused. It's going to get to a point where people will get confused, and that's fully understandable. But the thing is, what you should be concentrating on is not what people say, because that's hearsay. It's very easy for people to say, oh yeah, he was there. No, what you need to do, you need to listen to the factual truth, look at the evidence, and then go, right. and then go and do your own research. And it's very interesting. Once you type the name in of that individual into Google, because they've already made themselves a platform, as Bruce has, okay, it's very easy to find everything that he's done. Court cases, Armenia, everything. It's very easy. Same with Richard Luthman, a.k.a. Mr. Magoo, or a.k.a. What's his name again? I gave him a new nickname. What was it? Come on. Right, there you go. Rubus Hagrid. There you go. I've decided to nickname him Rubus Hagrid. What is he gonna accuse me of racism now? Okay, Mr. Hagrid. Anyway, we'll come to that in a bit. So this is the whole thing, and I'm going to give you an example of this. The Lloyde thing is we'll come back to that. Now I'm going to give you an example of what Mr. Decue Froskin, aka Bruce Matzkin, aka BBB, aka Bruce Bubbles, aka Nose Keel. I mean, if the Titanic would have had that nose on their rump, they would have not hit that iceberg. They would have turned on a sixpence. Right. Fact. Bruce Matzkin lied about having knowledge of the GoFundMe, denying knowing who had access when the person whose name was on it had left the property weeks before. We discussed that part. So it's already proven that he and Lynett were in cahoots. They already knew. He knew who had access to that. But he played it off. Okay? He played it off. Now, here's another fact. Bruce Matzkin has written motions impersonating another lawyer whose license was out of date, renewed on October the 4th, 2024, and failed to get the lawyer's name correct 3 times. Not once. 3 fucking times. Which should raise alarm bells for anybody, regardless if you like me or you don't. It should raise alarm bells across the board. You need to look at his behavior, his conduct, his attempts to get PR, his frivolous lawsuits, his ignorance of every single freaking model rule of the ABA. The fact that he never ever used Pro Hac Vici on his signature until recently. People's actions, okay, when you catch them out on something, a couple of days later, they'll wait until everything settles and then they'll start doing it. Because I was going on about him being approved. I was talking about that continuously and nothing. And then suddenly, bang, one day. When I caught him out with getting the signature of Scott Stark. Scott Stark is a lawyer, okay? He hasn't been out there as much as Deuce Boy has. So explain one thing to me. Why is a grown-ass man who is an attorney notices what Bruce has done and doesn't stop him and doesn't say something? So here's my question, and this is where I am questioning your law. If Bruce is not even part of the 2 frivolous cases and it's Scott Stark, why is Bruce then writing these motions? Why is he the head of these motions? Why is he going on about these motions? Why is he writing these motions when it should be Scott Stark? Because Scott Stark is on the docket. So what is he doing? Why is he doing anything? Why is he doing the work? Are they sharing workload? No, there's not that much workload. So why is it that you got Dumb helping Dumber? Why is Dumb writing everything and then handing over to Dumber? Then Dumber puts his name on it and then hands it to the docket. That's the question you should be asking. That's one of the questions you should be asking. And then when it comes to the deposition, well, we all know what happened there. And the fact that Bruce Matzkin is richly pasting and copying stuff, you can tell. He's not even, it's like he puts one motion in, doesn't think about what he's put in, and then a couple of days later, he puts another one in. which totally contradicts another one. The guy is the guy. I'm telling you one thing now. If I really hope he does not have a license after this, because he should not be representing anyone. Scott Stark shouldn't be representing him, right? No one should be represented by them two. Then, it gets better. Oh boy. Fast forward to the last few months. Bruce's email stated his intention to build an what the hell's ecosystem to destroy what the hell's, and admitted to contact and whatnot regarding what the hell's. But he says, I'm only kidding. Wait a minute. Hasn't he done this before? There's a few things that he's done. It gets really good. It gets really good now. And he wants to call himself a professional fucking lawyer. He wants to be a professional. Hello, right? You've got people from around the world. Listen to this right now. You got people from Australia, from the Scandinavia. You got people from the UK, from Europe. You got people from all around the world, the planet. Okay, as Jeremy says, right? Why is it that 90% of the Americans who are witnessing all this, why is it that no one is actually standing up and saying, hey, do you know, this guy is actually full of shit. This guy needs to be fucking, he needs to be reported. This guy, I mean, everything that's happening is being allowed to happen because people are getting off on it, right? You've got two lawyers, right? Both saying they're not getting that bollocks, right? All this money that was grifted by the Krampons, but I'll come to them in a minute. The fact that this is still going on, and the fact that this has been allowed to go on so long, and the way it is, it concerns me to a point where if I do come to the United States, I'm avoiding the south part of the United States like a fucking STD. That I'm telling you right now. Right? I don't want to go anywhere near Florida or anywhere counties that are adjacent to Florida. That I can assure you of. Right? Because if this is what it's like, then yeah. Right? And we'll come to that in a minute, Nina. Okay? Now, right. So basically, we've seen emails in the past from about, Bruce. Obviously, Bruce, you've got a memory like a goldfish because you don't seem to remember your own your admittance. But you wasn't joking about that, was you? Yeah. Your witness intimidation by contacting Sharon Michelle, which you shouldn't have done. You should have went through her attorney, her counsel. Okay. The fact that you tried to settle with a DOI guy and he told you to go and jog on, right? And all this is, this is the build-up. And here's the thing. We all knew that this ecosystem was going to really happen. I already knew it was going to happen anyway, right? Because I noticed the build-up of it, right? No one knew about the fleas until this case started. No one knew about them. And then suddenly you've got the Krampons and Swamp Lizard. You got Jabba De Hoot. You got Biscuit Boy. And then Deuce Boy trying to solicit all this, right? There's your ecosystem. There's already your basis of an ecosystem, right? Unless there's your ecosystem, and then comes the hat trick. You have Scott Stark appear. Scott Stark suddenly appears. Ooh, yeah. Have you seen that coffee cup? You look at that coffee cup, put it under a microscope, you'll have a whole separate living environment, ecosystem of, has anyone's watched Men in Black when they go to the train station and open that locker? Oh, hell, yeah, right? That's exactly what you're looking at, right? Disgusting. Anyway, fact. Now we have a convicted felon for fraud, by all means, right? $500,000. That's just one thing. Richard, a.k.a. Mr. Magoo, a.k.a. Rubus Hagrid Luthman. Public records confirm this. All you have to do is put his name in and you'll find it so much. The guy wants to think that he's a tough nut. He wants to make state that he's got connections to the Nostra, the mafia, and everything else. Do you seriously think, I mean, hypothetically speaking, if I was a member of an organization and I found a clown like him stating stuff like that, I would disengage, I would disassociate myself from that, yeah, what an absolute prat. I mean, that guy, yeah. But at all this time, you got so many people jumping on this coattail, making money out of all this, getting clout and getting reputation. Oh, look at me, I'm this, I'm that, right? And do you know what? Jeremy was right. You got all these small YouTubers and everything else. For me, it's more about the track. I mean, so I got asked today, what are my interests in all this? And I turned around and I was as truthful as I possibly could. And I said, the reason I'm interested in this is because I don't like dishonesty. And a person with integrity and ethics should stand up against the negative. And this whole thing, seeing two people being systematically destroyed by people who just want, that's all they do, just want. Right? They're too lazy to go out and do anything themselves. But the thing is, they'll go to a flea market and act like nothing's happened. But it's as soon as certain individuals, the targets they had, turn up, suddenly they're the victims. It's all a victim game. And to be perfectly honest with you, they're nowhere close to a victim. In fact, right, people who have struggled day in, day out because of being a victim of bullying or victimization or whatever, right? They struggle, and then you got these two idiots on this property who've got a 5-year-old child on that property. How the hell do we know? We don't know nothing unless, right, medical proof. I mean, in Northport, they got challenged about the medical condition of that child, and they did a runner. The only time you're going to get the truth is if it's publicized. And now the thing is, they're writing articles about it. So here's my shout out. I think that it's time for newspapers to take this story up. I think it's time for if they want publicity and they want PR, let's do it. Let's do it properly. But anyway, now, like I said, we got this convicted fraudster who got 4 years, a felony, and he was in federal prison. He did 2 years, and then he was on 2 years probation. Okay, and all this is public information. And then we also got Scott. I call him Dirty Scott. Right, Dirty Scott Stark, who basically he's got his own ecosystem in his coffee cup. And then we have the Krampons, Lisa Lee, Tory Jones, right, and Swamp Lizard, Robbie. Yeah, okay. So there you've already got how many? 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6. There's 6 people. We're not adding Lisa or Lynett or John, right? So you've already got 6 people, and then, right, here comes the 7th person, and then there's Michael Skeletor, aka Skeletor Volp, a wannabe journalist and a grifter who wants payment before he talks about your story. Go figure. All right, it's one way to make money if you can't make money the right way. Yeah. So there's your 7. There's already 7. Okay. So if you ever want an ecosystem to grow, there it is. Even since Richard Luthman appeared on the scene, they've been trying to do dirty tricks, including to turn it into a racial, anti-Semitic. That's absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Because the thing is, when you mock someone, and it's not on a racial basis, you're just taking a piss out of someone. I don't know what you call it in America. Okay. Deuce, Bruce, Matzkin, foreskin. It's a piss take. It's nothing to do with religion. It's got nothing to do with race. And I can tell you one thing now. It didn't come from Jeremy or George. That's for sure. Far from it. And the fact that the fact that you're trying to turn this into a racial battle now, all right? This just proves what these people are trying to do. Now it shows 100% that they are richly, physically trying to destroy not just the livelihood, but the reputation of Jeremy Hales and George. They've got people hating on these two to such a level, that it's becoming criminal. In actual fact, I think it was me, right, who came up with that name in the first place, because I think I pronounced his surname wrong. And instead of saying Matzkin, I said Foreskin, because I was being sarcastic. But I don't know. Who knows? What are you going to do? Blame me? What happens if someone else turns around and says, well, actual fact, no, it wasn't you, it was me? What about that? What if someone decides, oh, it was them? Right? Are you going to call them a racist? Yeah. So basically, wait a minute. You're calling a man a racist who happens to have a partner who is Egyptian, or I presume she's Egyptian. Okay. You're trying to accuse someone who's a racist. So hang on a minute. Right. So you've already confirmed that Bruce Matzkin is Jewish. Right. Fine. What about Tamara? Tamara's from Armenia. And let me do a check while we're all on in here. All right. Let me just do a check. What religion is Armenia? Follow. The primary religion in Armenia is Christianity, and most Armenians identified as Armenian apostolic. Other religions practiced in Armenia include Christianity, Catholics, Evangelical, and Yiddism. What's that word? Y-E-Z-I Yiddism. Yizidism? What the? I can't even pronounce that word. The mother see Yerevan. Wait a minute. The mother see of the Armenian Apostolic Church is located in the Mazin Cathedral and Monastery near Yerevan. So yeah, there you go. I can't even pronounce the fucking word. But you know what? Here you go. Let me do this. Okay, so if we're going to start talking about ideologies and stuff like that, there you go. All right, that there is me asking a simple question in Google, and that's what I've received. So there you go. Right. So here's the thing, though. You're making accusations, all right, and you're already writing documents up. Right, because but here's one thing you're doing. Oh, absolutely, go for it. Absolutely, go for it. Here's. Wait a minute. Keep trying. It's funny how bad you do it. What do you mean, Wolf? What are you on about? Look, it's not right. Let me make something absolutely clear. We're not talking about the fleas, or we're not talking. We're talking about this whole situation. There's no one thing. I don't give a rat's ass about the Krampons. I don't care. All right, they have caused enough crap to last people a lifetime. Right. So let me make that absolutely clear. This is not just about one simple person. This is about a group of people who are systematically trying to destroy the reputation and the life of two people. And the fact that they're now bringing in this ideology crap, this racial crap, okay, makes it 10 times worse. No, I know you don't mean any harm. I'm just stating facts here. The fact that you've got a group of people especially the Krampons, especially Lisa Lee, who's had a hard-on for Jeremy way before Lynett and John Cook appeared from anywhere. They have taken that Lynett and the John Cook, this whole court thing. They've jumped on top of that, not just to grift, but also to get their rhetoric and narrative across, to attack and character assassinate Jeremy Hells, who is in a relationship with a lady from Egypt. So, problem on that one, right? Because here's one thing: I am not English. I am Welsh. Right? I have got. If I gave away any of my information, my personal information, right? Trust me, Deuce Boy, you would be the last fucking person to judge me. I can assure you of that. That I can assure you of. And listen, Mr. Magoo, you fat twat, you, okay, need to keep your mouth shut. You coming in, making racial accusations against someone publicly is defamation of character. And look, what you're doing, okay, using the race card, like where David Michael T is using the mental health card. Are you all absolutely delusional? Are you all drinking out of the same tap, off the same tap water? You want to accuse someone of being a racist who is in a mixed race relationship? And I'm saying mixed race because mixed race, I am talking about cultural race. I'm talking about the person who's from another country. It's not about skin color. It's not about ideology. It's about the fact that this lady is from Egypt. The family are from Egypt. And you want to call... yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, there you go. There's your ecosystem. That's your ecosystem. This is what people like these do because they know they're not going to win this court case. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Huh? They're going to start playing dirty. Oh, I forgot to do something. God dang it. Oh, I knew there was something I forgot. I forgot to do it. My bad. I forgot to do it. Guys, very quickly, I do apologize. I should have thought about this before. I am so sorry. Eric, let's go on. There's a link to Eric's give and send for his heavy-duty mobility scooter. So go and help him out. And remember, right, whoever donates the highest will have a personalized song written for them by DJ Raz. Just remember that. And it will be personalized. Yeah. And after the stream, I have to discipline my moderators. But anyway, right. So this whole rhetoric in regards of anti-Semitism and all that is disgraceful, to say the least. And the fact that they've got a rabbi involved in this, and the rabbi and God, bless his soul, is falling for this BS. Yeah, I hope that this rabbi is someone who will actually look at the bigger picture and go, do you know what? I am not going to be dragged into something that is not, because it's not, you can't like, so that means I can now call them sexist because they call me sperm trooper. Yeah. Or, they're sexist because, of different people really? Who gives you the right to identify me? You don't know. You can't you don't know my pronouns. You don't know my orientation, my gender. Why are you assuming my gender, Lisa, Tori? Right? That's discriminative. That's racist. I feel hurt. I think I need to seek legal advice on that one. Because the thing is, everything that we've seen so far proves 100% fact. They know that they're losing this case. They know that they've made so many mistakes, and they know that they've got a losing battle. Hi, Henry. They have got a losing battle on their hands. So what they're going to do? I'm surprised Jabba De Hoot. I'm surprised that Jabba De Hoot hasn't jumped into this and brought up the mental health card, because he's done it on multiple occasions. I'm surprised Biscuit Boy hasn't jumped on this, considering Biscuit Boy actually made threatening advances towards DJ Raz live on his own stream. The intimidation and the indirect insinuations and everything else. I mean, what else do people need to show you guys for you to actually realize what's going on here? And there's your ecosystem. So if you ever wanted to see what that ecosystem is, there you go. And ladies and gentlemen, all I can say to that, welcome to America, where people sue each other, where people will wake up in the morning and go to turn to their wife or to their husband and go, darling, yes, I'm going to sue you. Why? Because you did not satisfy me last night. That's how stupid it's got. And then you've got Deuce Matzkin, right, Mr. Froskin himself. I mean, let's be honest, all right? I mean, he is a dickhead. I mean, he keeps on walking in. The amount of mistakes he does, he must have a man's sausage on his forehead, because the balls must be in front of his eyes, because he keeps on walking into brick walls. The amount of mistakes he's making, and obviously he's probably not paying attention to what he's writing, and that's a never telltale sign that his balls are in front of his eyes. Because let's be honest with you, I mean, the only time he gets excited is when he walks into the bathroom, turns the light, and looks in the mirror and starts rubbing his forehead, and then suddenly he spits. That, yeah, you know. I never ever have or want to ever come across a lawyer so unprofessional and so uneducated, right, like him. I mean, the fact that he actually, the fact that he's actually came clean about being married to an Armenian and then going to Armenia and then meeting someone else and marrying a second person from Armenia means that he hasn't got the balls or has the know-how how to meet someone in his own country, right? But hey, he's a man, isn't he? Yeah, and that's the problem. Some men do think with their small head instead of with their big head, but there you go. Men like that deserve everything they get. So here's a little message from me to Deuce Boy. Hey, Bruce, I told you from the get-go, you're not gonna get the PR you wanted, and unfortunately for you, I was right. I told you that you wanted PR. I warned you. This is not the PR you want. And what did you do? You went and made your bed, and you're going to lay in it. And now you've brought on a grifter who wants a so-called journalist who looks like every time he goes live, he looks like he's had about 2-3 bottles of vodka the night before and is suffering from a severe hangover. And then you got someone else who was convicted, right? I mean, Robbie looks like an angel compared to this guy, right? Who was convicted. I mean, for over $500,000. That's $500,000. So this, I mean, anyone with any common sense would see this whole situation, okay, and then go, shit, fuck this. This is one game. Yeah, this is one game I don't want to play. Hi, David. How you doing, bud? Look, everyone has the right to freedom of speech. Everyone has the right to express themselves, irregardless of ideology, religion, gender, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I judge people on their actions. I don't judge people any other way but their actions. But you, Bruce, you are an absolute. I swear, and I'm being as polite as I possibly can. The best part of you ran down your mum's leg when she farted, because I have never ever come across someone who is as stupid as you. And the fact that you are still licensed, still allowed to carry a license to practice law, is mind-boggling, right? And I wasn't gonna say anything much because, to be honest with you, like I said, I'm waiting for this. But after all the motions that I've seen you put in and everything, and you can tell that you're talking out your ass, and you can tell there's more than one person being involved in writing this stuff. The fact that you are dumb enough to do this, and the fact that you are trying to tell the judge what to do. Yes, I've seen that. Order. It is so ordered. I've seen that comment, that paragraph. You, Sunshine, are going to be sanctioned so hard. That judge is going to slap you so hard with sanctions, and I'm going to be very surprised if you actually do get the chance to actually be in federal court when it does happen. Or what they're going to do, they're going to allow you to do whatever you want to do, or, But the fact that you have already messed this case up in such a way for your client, who, in my personal opinion, deserves and needs a therapist and needs an evaluation. And I also believe there should be a random drug test to find out on all of you. There should be a random drug test to check if any of you are under the influence, because you must be. You must be injecting it, smoking it, or inhaling it, because I'll tell you one thing, I've never, ever come across people who behave this way. And this also should be a good warning for everyone who is going through any type of legal stuff. Is what you should do is do a very, very deep background check on your potential lawyer, on your potential legal what do they call them, legal representation. Because like if the lawyers are like this, yeah, you're fucked. You're done. It's over. It is over with. Your case will just disappear. The fact that this whole case, this whole thing, could have been avoided. This whole thing could have been avoided. It was all about the money. As soon as the Krampons started realizing they could make shitloads of money by doing this for Harley, fine. I'm not going to bash them too much about the Harley thing. Yeah, Harley did have a good Christmas. That's a good thing. But the fact that you spent some money on the other people as well, that had nothing to do with it. It was just because of the accident. Now, I don't wish ill will on anybody, right? But seriously, they've got nothing to do with it. So why are you gathering money for people who've got nothing to do with Harley or nothing to do with the Lynett Preston or John Cook? Right? And you suddenly did that just before Christmas. Oh, we're going to do it not for one kid, we're going to do it for 6. Right? And then in halfway through the celebration, you threat, Lynett threatens one of the kid to be put in a shed. Really? Right? When was the last medical check done on that child? How can you prove that child does have that condition, and can you prove that child is in danger of everything you stated? If you're saying that child can't be anywhere near anyone else, why did you let 12+ people onto that property wearing no masks, with an open fire, right? With everyone drinking alcohol, and God knows what else. And this is not alleged or speculation. This is fact. This is fact that Miller Lite was drunk. Yeah. Setting off fireworks within 20 meters, not within even 20 feet away from children. Yeah. So, and the fact that you've got people like Biscuit Boy You got Biscuit Boy with his sidekicks standing outside that property at night, outside Tube Town, and deliberately walking towards the private property of Tube Town to see about the lights. When do they kick in? That there, right, should worry people. That there should worry people. All this should be worrying people. Everything that's going on should worry people. But here's the thing. None of you, and I'm not saying you guys here, but no one gives a shit. They just like the drama, the toxicity. They just like the back and forth. Yeah. But hey, newsflash, motherfuckers. You've got a person here who's not even American, who's not even in that country, talking about this, pointing out the facts. So let me ask you a question. Why is the newspapers not involved? Why is Channel 20 not involved? Why has this not gone to the newspapers yet? Why has this not been publicized? Because I tell you one thing, right? The more people see what's going on, the more pressure it will put on the system to deal with this properly, correctly, and quickly. And that's where the mistake is. They want to start publicizing stuff. So why are the newspapers and the news TV, news broadcasters and everything else not involved in this? I mean, you can taste the corruption. Levy County Sheriff's Department don't do anything. Yeah. The DA don't do anything. The courts, I mean, the evidence is in the pudding. It's everything's been filmed. But why is it that nothing has been done? Why is it that the news channels and everything out? I mean, if you got Swamp Boy talking to a newspaper and saying, "Oh, I didn't have insurance," I haven't had insurance, and it's going to cost $150,000 to $200,000 to, right? The fact that he's then, he's growing alligators so he can then sell it off for them to then become handbags or boots. Really? All this, everything that you've been hearing over the last few months, over what's been going on, and no one has had any comments, any ritual common sense to actually go, do you know what? I wonder what the newspapers will say about this. The fact that you've got people who are apparently lawyers, and I'm saying that in brackets, basically acting like they've out of a scene from Judge Dredd, that they think that the law, the judge, and the jury, and they don't give a crap about any rules that they are supposed to follow as lawyers. I mean, whatever proof do people need? And this is coming, and this is coming from someone who's doesn't live in the States. I've been to the States, but doesn't live in the States, doesn't pay taxes in the States, doesn't know about a lot about. I don't know a lot about the American law over there. But I tell you one thing, I've seen enough to last me a lifetime. And I'm going to repeat my statement. If I ever do come to the States again, I am going to avoid that part of the United States of America like an STD. I'm going to avoid it. Because the thing is, it shows me that you can't be safe in Florida. That the judicial system doesn't operate, doesn't work in Florida. That or in Massachusetts or Connecticut or wherever, because now, right, you guys now, I know. How you doing? Wait a minute. There's something different on your signature. Why does it say DAWGSZ? But how you doing? Right. So this here, right, should give you a little bit of a warning sign. If you've got people who've decided, you know what, I'm not gonna go anywhere near Florida. Here's the thing. You got all these nitwits and all these prats on YouTube, including myself, right? Going live, showing evidence, showing proof, showing facts, talking out their ass. People are going to come across these. People are going to start watching all this, and they're going to go fuck, and it's going to get, and then the word's going to spread. And yes, fair enough. Otter Creek has now been put on the map. Everyone knows about Otter Creek, but Otter Creek is now known for something that it shouldn't be known of. Instead, it should be known of the historical stuff that's happened there, all the history. That's gone out the window. Otter Creek is now known as a cesspool of rugs and crime and God knows what else, which is wrong, which is bad. And who's going to be blamed for that? You ever guess who's going to be blamed for that? It's not going to be Lynett or John Cook. It's going to be a YouTuber who's going to be blamed for that. And that's wrong. It's not Jeremy's fault. Jeremy filmed his daily life. It's like a vlogger, a vlogger. Okay, like everyone else. Logan Paul's done it. Jake Paul's done it. Other people done it. Mr. Beast does it. He used to do it. Multiple people, vloggers, did it. So what makes them different to everyone else? Just because they stood up against grifters, people who wanted to con them out of money. And the fact that they've admitted it multiple times, and the fact that other people have even tried to force that topic, the fact that they're trying to settle out of court. Look at DOI guy. Look at now. They're trying to settle because they know that it's going to cost them more in the long run. And the fact that Bruce and Scott, you two absolute clowns, don't realize that this is going to come back to bite you in the ass, because there's going to be sanctions and you are going to get sued. And now you've brought that absolute freaking excuse of a human being, right? I am going to trial by combat. Yeah, you wouldn't last 30 seconds. You wouldn't last 30 seconds against a fully armored British warrior. Not me, in general. Anglo-Saxons, Saxons, this country has been built on war. This country has been built on war. Our history, war. 178 wars alone, civil wars in this country. And you want to stand there and you want to give it big lips about trial by combat? Really? You wouldn't even know how to hold a sword. You wouldn't even know how to hold a shield correctly, so your arm doesn't get broken by the first time it is hit. Or how to hold a sword, so when you swing, you don't break your freaking wrist. Tell you what, take a 10-kilo weight dumbbell and put it in your arm and hold your arm out. All right? And then once your arm starts shaking, yes, when it starts shaking, then start swinging it around. But then hold it in the defense. Hold it in the defense posture. Take your shield, all right? Take a 20-kilo, all right, and wrap it around, strap it to your arm, and then hold it up at 90 degrees in front of you. And then let's see what you say after 10 minutes. Because trial by combat, when you do go shield and sword, it lasts for hours. And then you want to do that to people because people are so scared these days. Everyone's a snowflake. Well, apparently. But I can tell you one thing. In the United Kingdom, was built in hand-to-hand combat. Everyone. All right, not everyone now. I mean, everyone who hasn't got a silver spoon in their mouth. All right. Now, talking about trial by combat, you're an absolute buffoon. Do you know what? You must have banged your head in jail. You must have. So stop acting like a prat and stop wearing children's costumes Yeah, if you're gonna put stuff on, go down to a film studios or go to a museum and ask them to actually put on the real armor, hold the real sword, and even better, why don't you just get a Roman lancer, right? Go and grab that lance and hold that. I give you 5 minutes and your arm will fall off. That's how heavy those bloody things are. So yeah, right. I really, I am getting to a point where I am getting so bored with this because you guys make it so easy to find the research and to prove everything that you do is wrong. Why do you want to share your link? Yeah. Wait a minute. Here's the thing. My account is not monetized. There's nothing on here. There's no monetization whatsoever because I don't believe to be monetized with what's going on. I don't think it's correct to receive any type of financial monetary input whatsoever until it's all done with. After that, hello, Vicky. Yeah, I know it. I know it. I know it's you, awesome dogs. I know, but what do you mean with link, mate? Like. I don't want people coming in here, plugging themselves, and then um, I don't mind plugging people I know, but obviously, you know, but I'm not doing that. Not right now. I'm not in the mood to discuss about but just give me a sec. Right. Uh, I forgot what I was saying now. I forgot what I was saying. Here's the thing, and I'll say the same thing that I said to Tim Fox many months ago before he got his knickers in a twist and decided to, come in here and then instead of actually listening and thinking, threw his teddy out the pram and then left, just like other people. So take care, bye bye. But here's the thing, and I'll say the same thing to everybody that I said to him. I'd rather you pay it forward, and if you want to get, so if you want to put something towards me, I'd rather you go and donate it to Eric. Anyone who wants to, send, get a membership or super chat for me right now, my channel's not monetized. So instead of that, you take that gesture of take that good gesture, that which I think is a good gesture, and I appreciate it. Take it, click on that link at the top there, right, and donate to Eric so he can get this scooter. Right, I'd rather you do that. I'd rather you pay it forward and give it to someone who actually needs it. Yeah. In the future, there's a couple of. I've got my plans. I've already got a system in place that's going to be happening. Hi Sandra, how you doing? And yeah, and that's the way it's going to go. Um, it's there you go. I don't really, but yeah, when it comes to this freaking ecosystem, yeah. But anyway, guys, what we're going to do right now is this. We're going to have a quick 2-minute interval so I can go and put the kettle on. All right, so we're going to have a quick intermission, if you don't mind. Do me a favor, be nice to each other. Two dogs, I respect it, mate. But sometimes, yeah, I appreciate that you asked, but right at the moment, all right, people plugging their own channels need to wait a bit because the thing is, it's It's a long story, but anyway, I'll be right back in a minute. Do you know, I just remembered something, and I'm back. What do you mean I got burnt? Gail, explain yourself. What do you mean I got burnt? I got to get burnt by anybody. Well, people have tried, but failed. Because 99% of the time, I always find it very entertaining when people try to burn me. Pardon me. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, and there's something I wanted to bring up. Something I just remembered when I went for a pee. Yeah, something that I remember. Didn't at some point Lynett Preston make a statement to the effect that apparently a mosque or a training center was going to be opened at some point? Wasn't a comment like that made? Something similar to that? Just saying. I'm just. Oh, don't be worried. You can. Okay, Mary. But don't you find that interesting? I don't even know what you're talking about, Gail. You seem to always be coming up with stuff that makes no sense. Unless you explain it to me, okay, unless you actually explain it. This is another thing that you guys need to do. You need to stop being cryptic. You say it as it is or don't say it at all. There's no one ever since I have been involved, and I don't mean this in a nasty way, Gail. I'm just pointing out facts here. At the end of the day, Bruce has tried it, Stu has tried it. There's other people on Facebook that have tried it, and they failed abysmally, because what they're trying to do is get a reaction, an emotional reaction. right? And they failed. I already said, don't go there. Don't fall for that crap. If the worst thing is that when you give them a reaction, they have an excuse, right? This is right. Let me put it in layman's terms. If I say to Gail, shut up. Gail then goes to Nimrod. Oh, he told me to shut the fuck up. Nimrod then turns around to Nashua. Oh, hey, you hear about what Spawn said to Gail? Oh man, he was well fucking out, Roy. He was really putting it down. He was shouting and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Then the shower will then go to Eric, and then go to Eric. So, he called her names and all that. Do you see what I mean? It's like Chinese whispers. One thing leads to the next, and that's when they start making all this crap up. And then about 6-7 months down the road, you're trying to figure out what the hell. Apparently, Spawn Trooper is this and Spawn Trooper is that, and you're like, well, hey, Spawn, did this happen? Well, I don't know. No, that's not in my character to do that. And then they go all the way back and they find out the day where it happened, where I turn around and say, no, you need to be more specific. You need to be more, instead of being cryptic, you need to be more clear. Gail says, okay, I will be more clear. I then go, thank you very much, Gail. Love you lots. Big hugs, and keep the hands above the waist belt. You know what I mean? So it's all fun and good. Okay. But this is how easy it is to be taken out of context, especially when people get emotional. And this is why I have this one rule. If you are emotional, you are yeeted. You are gone. I don't care if we're friends. I don't care if we've spoken to each other for a year. I don't care if we're related. The minute you start getting emotional and you start reacting on your emotions, you are gone. Yeet. Because that has always been the downfall for anyone. The minute you get emotional, the minute you get angry. I mean, I've got angry. Well, not angry. I've got more assertive, so to speak. No one has ever seen me angry. No one has ever seen me upset. Well, you've probably heard me a little bit down, but that's because I lost a very close friend. But that's by and by. And then I got kicked in the teeth while I was down when that was going on. But we already know about that. We've moved on from that because I don't like to play with nature. I don't mess with shit. Well, I'll just move on. But the fact of the matter is that this whole situation now has now gone to another level, right? It was like he said, she said, difference of opinion, some emotions. You got grifters and then you got non-grifters. You got people protecting themselves. That's yes, Nina. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. No, I hope we're not. No, I'm joking. Now, here's the thing. They're going on about this anti-Semitic thing. But what Nina just put in regards of what John and Lynett said about George's family, that's racial hatred. That's 5 times, 10 times worse than making an assumption that because of a nickname or a satiric nickname, right? It's a nickname. I don't know where just because the nickname, right? You associate it with an ideology. No. If I call someone, say for example, if I go Aussie Gen, I go Oi Prisoner 6554. Is that discriminating? No. It's banter. It's a joke. It's satire. It's a nickname. Now here you are, right, Mr. Knight of the Columbia, whatever freaking you are, you absolute buffoon of a person, and you want to start turning it into a racial thing? Oh no, he has. He has once. He accused someone on Facebook of being anti-Semitic, and then he got closed down straight away. And basically, it basically said it's got nothing to do. And to be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't even aware that he was of Jewish descent until he actually stated that. That day, that was months ago, and I'll never forget that, because it was when this came up the other day, I was like, hang on a minute, that happened before. And I can remember that day. I can't remember who it was with. It was another Brit. Bruce was being a dick, and it was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then Bruce went, "Oh, is it because I'm Jewish?" And then it was like, "What? Where did that come from?" And to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't even realize. I didn't even care what ideology or what background he came from. He's an unprofessional lawyer and a dickhead. Simple as. But when he dropped that, I can't remember what the other person said. It would take a while to find it, but it was a shock that he actually pulled that card. It was a shock that he pulled that card. And for me, like, when you don't realize, you do sit there and you go, I must admit, though, it did take me 5 minutes to actually get my head around the fact that he just pulled that card out. And that's the problem these days. People will, they will, if they are losing an argument or a fight, that's what they'll do. Yeah, they are. So basically, but the thing is, two wrongs don't make a right, and two rights don't make a wrong. Well, they do, but no. I'm going to continue to call him his nickname. I'm going to continue to call him out on everything he does, regardless of what Mr. Magoo does. That guy needs to either, wind his neck in. He's probably being watched anyway. He's probably under investigation anyway. He was a has-been lawyer. Yeah, he's a federal. He spent time in jail. Who in their right world would take someone like that serious? And the fact that, like, if Bruce would lay on his back on a plank of wood whilst on the water, he would have his own sail. All he'd have to do is just turn his head and go different directions. That knows shit. So if you can't take slapstick or you can't take banter, if it was meant in hatred, I think you would know. If someone called, like, did I get offended when people call me sperm trooper or spunk trooper or whatever? No, not at all. I thought it was actually funny that they have to, try and act. They literally acted like 10-year-olds and went, sperm trooper. Yes, the whole thing is gone to, it's basically, and I'll say this one more time. We're not talking about the court case anymore. The court case only comes up when we talk about motions or we talk about what was said, or about witness intimidation or about shit like that. But we don't discuss the cases anymore. It's all about what he said, she said. It's all about the Krampons. It's about Bruce. It's about and this is what I said right at the get-go, what would happen. Everything is going to go away from the court cases, and then you're going to have that separate little fucking interaction going on, and the court cases are going to get put to one side, where it should be the other way around. The court cases, the safety and the welfare of that 5-year-old child, and the ending, the future. Not this back and forth bickering, But hey, who am I? I'm just a sheep shagger. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, hang on a minute. Oh, I'm offended. And that's discrimination. That's racial discrimination. Like, I give a shit when someone calls me that. It just proves they're jealous because I can walk in any field anywhere in the world where there's more than 5 sheep and have a happy, good time. Good point, Eric. Now, I know a lot of people don't like me. I know a lot of people don't agree with what I say, because the thing is, they know that I'm telling the truth. They know that I'm hitting the nail on the head. They know that I'm factual, and I get it. You know, they want to be better. They want to get that clout. They want to look good. It's a show. It's entertainment. It's a circus. Well, newsflash. This is my platform. That's your platform. We present ourselves to the world and we introduce ourselves to the world. Everything we do and say is seen by thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, give or take. I mean, well, for me, it's just a couple of hundred, or 500-600 people at a time. But here's the thing. When you sit there, I don't know yet, when you sit there and your platform and you make out that you're some sort of fucking game host, or you think you're the sun, you know, yes, other people may think I'm talking about them, but I'm not. Right? This is a terminology that I use, so get fucking used to it. When the sun shines out of people's asses, they all think that, you know, they're the best. But they don't realize that they are representing not just themselves, but anything that's attached to them. Now, when you sit on your platform and you just talk, and then you have people on your platform basically enabling and actually agreeing with you to convince other people that what you're saying is true, but at no time, at any time given, have you shown any type of factual proof, any transparency, any evidence whatsoever, except court documents and stuff like that, that you've been given by people who shouldn't even be anywhere near court documents, let alone a computer. And then you sit there and you belittle, you threaten, you intimidate, you incite. The fact that every time you've mentioned that you've got information on someone, 12 hours later or the next day, bang, someone's details are getting doxed. The fact that you sit on a platform, accuse people of doxing your information, considering your information is publicly accessible, not just by court documents, but also by the interwebs. Because when they put your name in the interwebs, your business website comes up in Massachusetts and Connecticut, just for an example. So here's the thing. Sitting there crying wolf will only work so much. The fact that you're taking attention away from Lynett Preston's behavior, conduct, and the child safety and healthy and hygienically safe environment. The fact that you've been trying to deflect and smokescreen all this. The fact that you've now brought in these absolute buffoons of human beings. Okay. It just shows what's going on. It's not about the court case anymore. It's about how much you can get out of Jeremy Hills. It's how much damage you can cause to him, to his partner, to his business. The fact that you sit on a platform and you make comments like, oh yeah, I contacted whatnot last night. I was on the phone with them last night. Oh, just kidding. If you were kidding, you wouldn't have said that in the first place. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. Considering that's what's been going on over the last few weeks of, you know, rumors and speculation that people have been bidding up on stuff and they're not paying. Interesting. The fact that one person has threatened another person who's legally allowed to be in the United States with ICE. And then everyone wants to sit there and say, oh yeah, he's talking out of his ass. Oh no, that's full of shit. It's because people avoid the facts. They avoid the facts because they don't want the truth. Because if the truth is there, that means the story's over. It's just like reading a little book, a little fantasy story. about the little princess and the prince when they were sitting on the branch, and the prince said to the princess, I tell you what, if you jump, I'll show you my ding-a-ling. And she goes, well, if I jump, you wouldn't have to show me your ding-a-ling because I'll have a ding-a-ling myself. You know what I mean? This is how stupid it is. And the fact that people are falling for this shit, and the fact that people are believing what these people are saying, and then you get the fact. I've had people message me going, "Oh, you need to stop talking about this. You need to stop doing it. You should be talking about this. You should be that." I have an opinion, and I'm going to give my opinion, one way or the other. One way or the other, I'm going to give my opinion. There is so much I want to say, but you know what? It's not worth it. Do you know why? Because they are not worth it. Because I've seen what type of human beings they are. And just for the record, there's only one race on this planet, and that's the human race. Ideologies, beliefs are different. Because when we're all born, we don't know who, what, where, or how we are. We are just born. We are innocent. So to use this excuse of, this accusation / excuse for anti-Semitism, that's debunked, totally debunked. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to discredit. First, you got character assassination, this defamation, and now the character. Now, this is now the proper character assassination. This is now proper 100% character assassination. Discreditation of another person, just because they standing up for it, protecting themselves and protecting their property and protecting their rights to be who they want to be. Just because Jeremy Hales and George, right, want to live life at the happiest, and they make money, they do stuff, just because they just want to be they wanted to be left alone from the get-go, and they are protecting themselves. So wait a minute. So you got two people protecting themselves against a horde of people who are just trying to grift and con them out of God knows what. And we're given every opportunity to leave these two alone. And then you got all these grifters and all these clout seekers all jumping on the bandwagon. Right. Okay. Probably broken so many freaking federal and state laws, not just RICO, but so many, so many different freaking laws. And then you got richly police forces or sheriff departments not giving a crap. The fact that this woman has called them so many times, she may as well work in a control center, in the call center. She may as well just get a job there. Then she doesn't have to, she doesn't have to call him because she just has to turn around and then talk to someone. And two, at least she'll be out of trouble. At least she'll be out of sight, out of sound. The only problem is, if you call over a 911, how do you know you're going to get taken seriously? So here's the thing. You want to believe whatever you want to believe. You want to support and, do whatever you want to do. But one thing I am going to 100% tell you right now, if anything that has been said over the last few months means anything, then you'll understand what I'm saying. You have got two people being systematically destroyed. Their character, their person, their psychological, everything. Because of one individual who cannot stop grifting. One person who uses a child. Every time she puts a GoFundMe up, what does she do? She puts a picture of her and a child up. And funny enough, on multiple GoFundMes, she's used the same picture. Newspaper articles, all about the grift. It's all about the money. So you tell me who's wrong here. No one's perfect. If everyone was perfect, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. If everyone on this planet were perfect, we would not be addressing some of the stuff here. Right? And I'm repeating myself, and I'm going to continue to repeat myself. The fact that people are ignoring the facts that people from Northport, other people are coming forward and showing proof of what Lynett is like. Now that we know what Deuce Boy is like, how much proof do people now need to actually come to the realization of what's going on here? Because I've seen what's going on. A handful of people have seen what's going on. You know. Interesting, don't you think? There's a lot happened over the last couple of months, but everything's gone quiet. Why? If it's so important, why is it not being discussed? If it's that, the fact that the trespass case alone is still open or is still being looked at I'm absolutely taken back by the fact that this is still even considered. The thumbnail case, the fact that they contacted DOI guy to get a settlement, that speaks volumes. And now the fact that like Deuce Boy is trying to mess up the federal case, but I think that's going to come back to bite him in the ass. I think looking at how the judge spoke to both sides and how the judge has been behaving, yeah, he's been quite unbiased and he's been quite straight to the point. I think that Bruce, you're walking into a room that you don't want to walk into. Because I doubt very much when you leave that room, you're going to have a license to practice law or any money. And it means that Tamara needs to go out and get multiple jobs. I don't think you want to go into that room. And it's not because about the law or any of the law I know. It's about the actual behavior. It's how to read people. And I don't think this judge that you've mouthed at, and that I don't think he's playing around. I don't think he is playing around. I think my prediction is that you're either going to get sanctions or you're going to be held in contempt, or both. And I don't think the response from the judge is going to be a nice one. So let's look forward to that. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. That is for sure. And it's the federal court case I'm interested in because, like, it's something, you know. I also, if I can remember correctly, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Jeremy given the opportunity? Yes, I have seen it, Mr. Lady, and I've also seen the part where he said it is so ordered that he actually put in what the judge said. He cannot speak. He is not a judge. So when the judge actually sees that order or that motion, yeah. And I know right. Here's the facts. Bruce Matzkin is either brain dead or he's very fucking clever. And he's trying to disrupt the federal court case to such a point where it will piss off the judge. And the judge will go, right, bang, bang, bang. What he's trying to do, he's trying to take out any wind that Jeremy's got in his cell. But what they don't realize is that Bruce is trying to bring in this expert witness. And we already know about this expert witness. Right? And here's the thing. I don't give a rat's ass about any of these motions because at the end of the day, they're just absolute hot air. That's all they are. They're just that's what they are. Just farts. What I'm interested in is the response from the judge. That's the only thing people should be. That's the only thing Raz, that's the only thing people should be interested in and should be concentrating on is what the judge responds as. Every single time the judge responds, that's what you should be paying attention to. Screw the motions. That's just legal jargon. It's the responses from the judge that are important, because that way you will then see what's happening. Because right now, this judge and Judge Davis, so Judge Davis and Judge whatever this guy's name is, right? Yeah, I don't want to be in front of them, you know. They're not we're not talking about what do you call them, Judge Grudge. We're talking about, I mean, like Judge Davis sent them out on the last case, and 45 minutes to an hour later they came back in, and within 10 minutes it was done. The case was dropped, and Silverman even made absolutely sure that Lynett was on record knowing. You know, so and I don't think Bruce took that very well, actually. I don't think he took that very well, because he didn't. He complained about it afterwards, right? And he's going on about frivolous cases and that. He's the one who actually brought up 2 frivolous cases in the first place. He's the one who's dragging it out, and he's admitted that. He's dragging it out. The most important stuff that everyone and every single one of you should be paying attention to is what the responses are from the judge. Other than that, have a giggle, have a laugh, enjoy the comedic writing styles of Decue Froskin and everyone else, because that's what it is, comedy. Hi, Rats. How you doing, mate? It amazes me. I just can't get over. I can't really get over it. And guys, don't forget. Oh God. Oh, sorry about that. I just got back from calling. I just got back from calling Gabe, Robbie, and on post. When within a minute or so, that post disappeared. Well, yeah, Raz. He's not the dude. Someone tried to play a game with me the other day, and as soon as I mentioned pizza and Dr. Pepper, the post got taken down. Dude, seriously, it's if you want to be entertained and you want to have a giggle, go and play with your food. That's what I do. And when they bore me, I just ignore them. And then if they carry on, I mean, there was one person who was posting about me, and I think about 2 weeks later, I noticed that they made a comment, and I was like, oh shit, I missed it. And I clicked on it, and I went, what, are we still doing this? Are you still trying to entertain me where you failed? Okay. And then that post got taken down. So, you know, these people will do anything for the attention. And this is why I was saying on my live yesterday, I believe that everyone should post anonymously. I think I call for everyone to post anonymously, because then no one will know who's who. And you'd be talking, you're like, who are you? I don't know, who are you? You know, and it'll piss these people off who think they can hide behind, you know, anonymous postings. Because when everyone starts doing it, they're not getting the clout, they're not getting the recognition, because everyone is going to be posting anonymously. So it's fun, and that's the best way to deal with it, right? And I think it's the best way to do it. Because if I could set it in such a way that any comment I make, or anything I make, any comment I make, I can do it anonymously, I would do that. I mean, I've been accused of making anonymous posts. I've probably done 2 or 3 since I've been in that Facebook group, I think. But not over the last few months, that's for sure. But I've been accused of it, and I find it quite amusing, because like the newest one was a week ago or something. Someone accused me of, you know, writing this anonymous post about some pillock, and I just went and left a message I just, because the thing is, once you post anonymously, you can't post in it as yourself. You'll post anonymously as anonymous, and I think that's funny as hell. I like the way that's set up. They called me a gutless coward who broke down, that I had to watch my back, that things are just beginning. Now they said that on a stream months ago, so I called them out. Yeah, that's the mistake they do. They're very uneducated. They're very uneducated, especially Swamp Lizard, aka fucking Robbie and Gabe. Here's a word of advice for Gabe. Stop taking whatever you're taking and put on some weight, mate. If you stand in a strong wind, if you stand sideways or broadside in a strong wind, mate, you'll be gone. So do some training, get some weight on you. Seriously. SMN. Just a man I wanted to talk to. How are you doing? I haven't seen you. So how are you and how's your dad? I hope everything's fine at home. I hope everything's good. Good to see you. I did ask people to pass a message on to you. I hadn't seen you. I was a bit concerned. So good to see you, dude. Good morning. Chris, those willies are like puffed pigeons. Their chests quickly deflate. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. If brains were made of dynamite, these guys would be too dangerous to wake up and open their eyes in the morning, let alone hit a light switch. Seriously. And if they carry on talking, they will end up in a very large lawsuit because their backsides will be suing their face for the amount of shit they talk. Especially them. And they will continue. And the thing is, though, one thing have you noticed? They're not grifting as much now. Even if they try, they're not grifting as much. And I guess why? Because people are starting to realize. But then again, you get some idiot like David Richards who's got more money than sense, and he seems to be spending their money on him, like probably expecting a promise, or I don't know. But David, if you're out there, put your money to good use. Put your money to good use. Go up, get an upgrade on your conservatory, or give some money to a charity that actually does something for homeless people, or for homeless vets and stuff like that. Yes, man, don't worry about it, mate. And I mean, it's somewhere you'd have to draw the line. Now, I know people don't agree with what I say all the time. I get that, and that's part and parcel of communication. But how far does this have to go? How far does this have to go before? And this is what I said this months ago, and I'm going to say it again. What I'm concerned of is that someone's going to get hurt. That's what I'm concerned of, and I don't want to see that happen. I do, and that goes for either side. I don't want to see someone get hurt. But because of the mentality of some people, right? The perfect example was bearded fisherman in the Krampons stream, with the threats that person made. And then a couple of weeks after he got confronted and got called out about it, he started apologizing and said, "Oh no, I didn't mean it. It was just, I was just blowing hot air and all that." Yeah. Well, problem is, making threats online is a criminal offence. Even inciting it is also a criminal offence. But obviously, some people in America think that they're above the law. Don't you, Lisa? You think that, like, you've got the dark side of the sun shining out your ass, and you think that you're untouchable. Well, newsflash for you, sweetheart. You're wrong. Just for the comment that you made about Rattus alone can get you in a lot of trouble. But hey, who am I? I don't know nothing. I know nothing. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was your ecosystem. That is your ecosystem. So, for anyone who's not an American, welcome to America. I don't know. It's unhealthy. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think it's time that either either oh god, let's have a okay. Let's see what. So right, okay. I'm going to read this out loud. This is anonymous poster. So what they're doing, they're trying to drag Randall Socket through the shit as well now. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So now they're they're not just attacking Jeremy Hills and George, but they're now attacking his attorney. I mean, you couldn't make this shit up even if you tried. This is absolutely phenomenally funny. This is funny. Do you know what they should do? You know what they should do. Besides getting news channels and newspapers involved in this, what they should do is subpoena, right, detain them all, and then go and search with a search warrant. Go and confiscate every single electrical device, every single file, and then check it, and then watch what they will find on all these electrical devices from these people. Watch what they'll find. I tell you one thing. I for shit don't want to be one of them if that happens, because I think that's going to come back to bite them in the arse. That's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, I know. I know. It's like, oh yeah, Jeremy's done this, Jeremy's done that. Oh, by the way, if people didn't actually, there's something I need to show you guys. If people are not aware, okay, today or yesterday, I was given 2 gifts by DJ Rattus. All right, and we've got a little sort of mission. Well, we've got a little thing going, a mission, and it's to support Eric. Now, obviously, everyone knows that Eric needs a. Hang on a minute, mercy lady. Eric needs a heavy duty mobility scooter. Yeah. Right. Now, I had some tunes playing today, or yesterday when I was live last, right? And DJ Rattus did his magic. And here is the magic. Let me just get it ready. 1 second. Hang on a minute. Let me just get the tunes. I need to get the tunes. So there's the first song. All right, so this one is the first one. All right, let's see what you think of these. Oh, wait. All right, so here's the wait a minute. Let me take this back. Yeah, there you go. All right, so here's the first one. Let's see. All right, let's do this one first. Okay.
Spawn trooper riding in the night, heart of gold but ready to fight, standing tall, doing what's right, shining truth like a firelight, daddy's wisdom running deep, taught me promises I gotta keep, breaking chains, leaving pain behind, calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies, no more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. In the dark where shadows creep.
Okay, that was the first one. Excuse me. Now the other one is this one. Enjoy.
Spawn trooper riding in the night, heart of gold but ready to fight. Standing tall, doing what's right, shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep, taught me promises I gotta keep, breaking chains, leaving pain behind, calling calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they were thin. Spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right. Or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep. Truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they were thin. Spawn trooper rides again. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise.
And there you go. So in the next couple of days, because I'm doing a job at the moment, in the next couple of days, I am going to be working on doing a intro and outro. Excuse me. But here's the thing. Now, we know that with Eric's condition that he's looking for this heavy-duty scooter, mobility scooter. So today, or yesterday, DJ Rattus made an offer. It's basically whoever donates to Eric, okay, even if it's $1 or if it's 10 or 100, whatever, the highest donator, right, will have a personalized song written about them, okay, and then obviously he will write that, right? It's just like a small gesture, fuck it, you know what I mean, all right? And it's a very nice gesture as well. So we're trying to help a veteran, a Navy veteran, right, get this mobility scooter. So anybody, spread the link, okay? Spread that link, please. All right, and remember that by spreading this link, we're getting more eyes on. Therefore, we can help Eric. We can help him be more mobile, so he has got more mobility, so he can move around a little bit better than he is. Okay, so please share the link, share it around, and let's try to help Eric get this mobility scooter. You know, let's help a veteran. Help one veteran, help another veteran. Right, and that's what it's about. The brotherhood, the sisterhood, the brotherhood. Right, we all are one. We all served our country with pride, and a veteran should always help another veteran. And if I can't do it financially, I'll do it by letting people know what's going on. All right, it's you now, so mate. That was too much. That's in the heart, dude. Oh, but guys, I hope you. I'm not stopping yet, but I hope everyone enjoyed. Spawn Trooper. Could they go to the telephone companies and get all the data? Yeah, if they subpoena it. Yeah, if it's court order, yes. And the thing is, the phone companies, which is quite funny, because people think that like their text messages or stuff like that disappears after a while. No, it stays on the system. Oh, did it? Let me try. Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh yeah, it is. Oh. Right, let me try that one again. I may have accidentally. There you go. Try that one. Well, I've just hit the top. I just hit the one on the top. I just hit the one I've got pinned at the top, and it's taking me directly to it. Yep. Go to the link at the top and then click on it, because I'm getting it. It's going straight to the page. So there's nothing wrong. I don't know. The link shouldn't. Yeah, go to the top link that's pinned and click on that. Let me get rid of that one. And that one. There you go. Yeah, so go to the top link and that one should work. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes when you share links, sometimes it'll miss out a dot or something. So that's why if you click on the top link there, yeah. You see, okay, yeah, that makes sense now. Wait a minute. You see the top link, it's missing US NVET, all right? But if you click on the top link, it will take you to the page. Now, if you click on the link that Nimrod just put in, it will also take you to the page. There you go. So they both work. Yeah. That's another thing. I haven't seen AVA for a while. I hope he's all right. That's the problem, though. Oh, I'd love to say something, but nah, it's not worth it. Not worth wasting my energy. But there you go, guys. Now you know what the ecosystem is. Now you're aware of what the ecosystem is, and now that you're aware, people won't be fooled by these. So here's one thing you should do. Have a giggle and have a laugh of the level of stupidity when it comes to the motions. When Randy Socket puts his motion in, then we know, obviously, we're talking about a professional lawyer here. So he knows what he's talking about. But when it comes to anything else, just wait for the judge to respond. Once the judge responds, that's when you need to pay attention to. Yeah. Well, my link worked as well. I'm getting that link directly from the site. Mm. Oh, something else tonight. Someone said, I received a message about why do you 1 minute you open your comments and then you close them again, and why is it that your chat there's no, the chat's been disabled. And I was like, I didn't realize I had to explain myself how I run my streams. If I want chat to be up, I'll put chat up. If I don't, I don't. Because there's so much guilty by association going on and people getting attacked because they come in here. It's my choice. Sometimes I'll forget it. Sometimes I don't. But there you go. We don't do that shit here. No. Basically, in general, both of them, I think, to be perfectly honest with you, when it comes to legal documents, the only documents I pay attention to is what comes from Randy Socket and also the judges. Other than that, I don't pay attention to anything that Bruce even attempts to put out there because it's all frivolous and bullshit. So I like to wait until a real lawyer puts his motion in and then a judge, because at least then you can get the gist of what's being said, because obviously, so. But what I am going to do, guys, it's been 2 hours. I am now going to start calling at night. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go and sit on the throne for a half an hour. So, guys, I am going to love you and leave you. I want to thank everybody, including Eric, Nimrod, Ammo Girl, right? And, of course, everyone else, especially DJ Rats. Again, thank Nina. Thank you very much for coming. Hopefully, we did not misunderstand each other. Love you lots. Oh, in the chat, not the top one. Right, okay. Right, okay. My bad, Nina. I do apologize for that. But what I'm going to say is, again, thank you very much for everything. And thank you, DJ Rats, for the 2 tunes. I'm going to try to do so. I'll show it. I'll show it at another stream. But on that note, guys, I got to love you and leave you. I will, I will see you soon. And hopefully tonight's stream has basically opened your eyes on a few things and what you need to be careful of what's going on. Right? There's nothing racial whatsoever in this. If I turn around to Rattus and I call him a cock, right, and I call him Dick Journey Rattus cock, okay, is he going to be offended that I have bad-mouthed rats? Or, if I call him prisoner 65542, is he going to go, oh, that's discrimination against Australians because of the history of Australia? No, he's not. He's going to turn around and call me a prick and then go away. It's one of those things. If you can't take a little bit of humor, or black humor, or dark humor, what they call it, then you don't deserve to open your mouth in the first place. But you guys make your own mind up. I gave you the ammunition. Step out the box. Get rid of those blinkers. Be unbiased on your research. Do your research. And you'll find a lot what's been said tonight. You'll come up and you'll find it. And by the way, when you get a chance, go to Google and type in Richard Luffman. LUTHMANN or N. And then you'll see. You'll see. But on that note, guys, I am now going to make like the wind and blow. So have a good night. You know what to do. Grab your gear. Make your way to the exits. Ta-ta.